guess what? It is the spooky season. Spooky, 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 spooky. It is nearly Halloween. Halloween, 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 Halloween. And I don't know about you, but I love all things spooky. I love Halloween. By the way, do you like what I'm wearing? I do. It's so comfortable and cozy and snug, and it's so soft, and it's got ghosts all over it, which is perfect for the spooky season. It's even got a hood, so when it gets super cold, I can keep my head warm. It's all fluffy inside. Anyway, I thought we could do like a little spooky story time video. I'm going to read you not one, not two, but 3. Yes, 3 books. And I think you're going to find them pretty cute. Spooky, but cute. Okay? I didn't want to read a story that was like too dark and too scary because, you know, I want you to relax and have sweet dreams. So, yeah, thought I'd go with just very cute, spooky books. But before I show you the books, I've got some little Halloween themed candy for you. Okay, little gummies. So I've got these brain gummies. They are super squishy. And we've got this eyeball. And I've got some vampire fangs. And also these. Okay, so get nice and comfortable. Just relax, okay? Enjoy this little story time, spooky story time. Okay, so let me show you the books. We've got Vlad, the Fabulous Vampire. I know these books are aimed at younger people, okay, but who cares? Like, it's all good. You can enjoy any book at any age, okay? And the stories are super cute. The artwork in these books are just so nice. Like, there's such cool like artwork. The aesthetics and stuff is just so cool. I will be showing you the artwork as well in the video. Okay, so yeah, we've got Vlad the Fabulous Vampire. We've got a little Miss and Mr. Men, Haunted Halloween. I love the little Miss and Mr. Men books when I was a kid. Oh my god, I've still got some actually. And we've also got this one about a ghost, the shy ghost Gustavo. He's a little ghosty. He's shy. So we're going to start with Vlad. This book is by Flavia Z. Drago. How cute is this cover? I love all the pink and black as well. That's really nice. Okay, so let's get started. Deep in the dark woods is an ancient shadowy castle. There once lived a stylish vampire, Vladislav Varnaby Roland Dragul, the fourth of his name. Vlad, fashion was his passion, and like all of his vampire friends, he dressed only in black. Black was elegant, black was fun, black was mysterious, an all-time classic. But lurking beneath his black cape, Vlad kept a colourful secret. Vlad had rosy, pink cheeks. They made him look different from everyone else, so horribly alive. That's why Vlad was always hiding his pinkness behind the same old boring outfit over and over and over again. He just wanted to look and feel like any other paranormal vampire. One night, Vlad tried to talk about his secret with his best friend. Shelley, do you think, what would you say if, yeah, go on. But he just couldn't find the words. How many stars do you think there are? Well, I guess that there are some things that we will never know. He was worried his friends would stop liking him if they discovered who he really was. And then inspiration struck. Vlad was going to design his very own clothes. He worked his fingers to the bone, and finally he found a new way to cover his face, whilst also looking fabulous in black. After all, fashion was his passion. But sooner rather than later, Vlad had a new realisation. Even with the most splendid black garments and sophisticated style, he would never be able to hide who he truly was. No one understands how I feel, he thought, and so Vlad decided that he'd be better off all alone. As Vlad left his friends behind, he heard something strange. Shelley was in trouble. And guess what? She had a secret of her own. Finally, Vlad decided to share what he hadn't been able to before. And in return, Shelley decided to show him something else. Keep your paws off my bat hat, troll. Are you okay? Please don't tell anyone. Do you still like me? Of course I do. Something that no other vampire had ever seen before. Together they went beyond the borders of the dark woods and adventured into the unknown. With Shelley by his side, Vlad had felt a new kind of confidence. Slowly he began to understand that in order to feel good about himself, he didn't have to change, and he didn't need to hide. Instead, he began to think. It's better to love what makes us unique. It's very true. It's better to love what makes us unique. Back home, and with Shelley's help, Vlad was ready to show everyone his true self. It did take a lot of courage, but as we know, fashion was his passion. Of course, there were lots of times when Vlad still felt insecure, But when he did, there was always someone that he could count on. He felt safe, loved and free. In the end, whether you can see it or not, you might just say that there is a little bit of Vlad in all of us. The end. That is so cute. The art is just, honestly, I find it so aesthetically pleasing. It's just so cute. I love that. Oh, he's doing all his designs and stuff, like, and I think it was that first. Oh, that's the page. I love that. It's just brilliant art, like, so cute. So there we go. That is the first book. Did you enjoy it? And you should always learn to love yourself and embrace who you are. Okay. Embrace how you're unique and embrace you of who you are as a person, okay? And weird is good. Alright, so the next book we're going to go with Haunted Halloween, Mr. Mint, and Little Miss by Roger Hargreaves. Doing a little bit of relaxing tapping for you. So yeah, as I say, when I was a kid, I absolutely loved the Little Mr. Men and Little Miss books, and I still do as an adult. Okay, so I'm going to show you the art as we go along again, okay? It was a dark and stormy night, and Little Miss Scary and her friends were driving to the Halloween fair. Little Miss Scary loved the fair, and she loved all the scary rides, and best of all, she loved the ghost train. Mr. Jelly was not so excited. However, as they were driving over the heath, her scaremobile, like that, suddenly splattered and juddered to a halt. "We've run out of petrol," cried Mr. Jelly. "Whoops," said Mr. Forgetful. "I knew there was something I was meant to do." The scaremobile had broken down by a tall set of iron gates opening onto a long driveway and leading up to a tall house set on the hill. "Shall we see if they can help?" suggested Little Miss Scary. They all trudged up to the house in the wind and rain and knocked at the enormous front door. With a loud groan, the door creaked open, and silhouetted in the doorway stood a tall, bulky, square-headed figure. "Welcome, do come in," said the figure in a deep, rumbling voice. Inside, in the light of the hallway, they saw their host most clearly. He closed the door behind them with a loud bang. Mr. Jelly shook with fear. It's Frankenstein's monster," he stuttered. They all shrieked and fled through the nearest doorway. Little Miss Scary and her friends found themselves in a library full of dusty bookshelves. As they looked around, they heard a low moan, and a ghost floated into the living room through the wall. Little Miss Giggles giggled nervously. "Don't worry," said Mr. Tiggle. "It's only Little Miss Scary playing a trick. I know just how to sort this out." He reached out his extraordinary long arms to tickle the ghost, but his tickling fingers passed harmlessly right through it. "Whoa!" roared the ghost. "Help!" they all cried and ran from the room in different directions. Little Miss Neat and Little Miss Quick rushed up to the staircase into a bedroom. A werewolf sat in the bed and a skeleton stepped out of the wardrobe. "Yikes!" cried Little Miss Neat. Quick as a flash, Little Miss Quick grabbed the skeleton's leg and tossed it out of the open window. "Fetch!" she cried, and the werewolf leapt out of the window after the bone, and the skeleton collapsed in a heap. "That was quick thinking," said Little Miss Neat. Meanwhile, little Miss Scary and Mr. Bump had fled into the bathroom, but they were no safer. There was a mummy soaking in the bath. Mr. Bump turned to escape from the room, but he slipped on the wet floor and landed with a great splash into the bath. What a chaotic bundle of bandages. At the very top of the house, Mr. Grady and Mr. Jelly found themselves in a very dusty attic. I don't think this is an ordinary house, stammered Mr. Jelly. This is a haunted house. And what's that? Asked Mr. Grady, pointing at a shape hanging from the rafter. Is it a bat? That's not a bat. That's Dracula. Welcome, said Dracula, with a very pointy-toothed grin. Mr. Jelly screamed and ran from the room, but Mr. Grady was not scared at all. And do you know why? Mr. Grady had eaten 3 cloves of garlic bread for lunch. Everyone knows how much vampires hate garlic, and that's a lot of garlic. It was Dracula's turn to be scared. Everyone gathered out on the landing. We need to get out of here fast, trembled little Miss Scary, and they all agreed. But just then, the heavy clomp of Frankenstein's monster boots sounded on the stairs. He was not a very fast mover, unlike little Miss Quick. Quick, quick, this way, she cried, and led them down the back stairs into the kitchen, where a slippery, slobbery, slimy monster grinned at them from the sink. Then with a loud slurp, it hurled itself at them. Everyone ran, but Mr. Messy was not quick enough. Mr. Messy was now super slimy messy and green. Poor Mr. Jelly had not been able to keep up when he had gotten separated from the others. He was all alone in the haunted house. As quiet as a mouse, he crept through the house until he found the cupboard under the stairs. Inside the door there stood a huge pair of boots, so he climbed inside one of the huge boots and breathed a sigh of relief. But Mr. Jelly had not chosen a good hiding place. Suddenly the boot he was in lifted and turned upside down, and given a good shake, out fell Mr. Jelly onto the floor. It was the owner of the huge boots. Bigfoot! Eek! Screamed Bigfoot, jumping up on the stool. It's a spider. No, it's a mouse. No, it's... What are you? I'm Mr. Jelly, said Mr. Jelly, who suddenly felt rather brave. He had found someone even more frightened than he was. All of Mr. Jelly's friends had rushed into the living room. It was a warm and cosy living room. They all shivered when they saw the large hairy figure sitting on the sofa beside the fire. It was the abominable snowman. Welcome, he growled. The friends turned to escape, but Bigfoot comes stomping through the door towards them. Help, he's captured Mr. Jelly, yelled little Miss Scary. There was no escape. Little Miss Scary and her friends cowered in the corner. Then in walked the skeleton, the ghost, the mummy and the werewolf, and finally Frankenstein's monster. Pushing a tea trolley. Anyone for tea? He boomed. The monsters aren't scary at all, explained Mr. Jelly. They just wanted to invite us in for tea. Mr. Jelly grinned. It was not often that he was the least frightened person in a room. I'll be mother, said the mummy, and poured a cup of tea for everyone. 1 lump or 2, asked Dracula. I have a very sweet tooth. They all had a jolly time toasting crumpets in front of the fire. After tea, Frankenstein's monster filled the scaremobile with petrol, and they sped off to the Halloween fair, arriving before it closed. Little Miss Scary looked at the scary roller coaster, and she looked at the scary Ferris wheel, and she looked at the scary Helter Skelter, and then she looked at the very scary ghost train. Maybe it's time to go home, she said. I think we've all had quite enough scares for one night, even for me, and everyone wholeheartedly agreed. That was cool. So now it's time for the last book. And that is Gustavo the Shy Ghost. Cute. Little photo booth pictures there. Okay, so it says Gustavo was a ghost. He enjoyed doing the normal things that paranormal beings do, passing through walls, making objects fly, and glowing in the dark. But there was nothing in the world that he loved more than playing the violin. Well, almost nothing. Gustavo was secretly in love with Alma, the prettiest monster in town. But also, he had a problem. You see, Gustavo was so shy that some things felt incredibly difficult for him. And the worst part of it making friends was terrifying. Gustavo had never dared to speak to any of the other monsters. He tried getting close to them in many different ways. But even when he was right in front of him, they just couldn't see him. Gustavo longed to be a part of something more than anything. He wanted to make a friend. I have to be brave. I have to tell the others that they can see me, he thought. So he decided to send a letter, a very special letter. Dear monsters, I would like to invite you to my violin concert, which will take place the Day of the Dead party next full moon at the cemetery. I would be thrilled to see you there. From Gustavo the Ghost. As the days went by, Gustavo couldn't stop thinking, what if no one shows up? What if they don't like my music? What if they don't like me? Only tonight was the night, and this time he couldn't hide. But not a soul had come. So all alone, Gustavo did what he loved most. The music made him happy, so happy that he glowed, and oh, how he glowed. Gustavo. We wanted to get you flowers, but we got lost instead. We're so sorry we're late. And then we heard your music. We saw you glow. We really loved your concert. Would you like to hang out with us? From that moment on, Gustavo's life changed, and everyone discovered that even if he didn't talk much, he was the best at helping and protecting his friends. But mostly, Gustavo never stopped surprising them. And they never stopped loving him. Look at the little Polaroid pictures. Oh. And that's the end. Oh, I love that. Little Gustavo. See, once he was himself, people just, loved him and carried on loving him. Really cool artwork. I love it where she's just sitting there. The chair, all like the pictures behind her. And I like the picture of when Gustavo was doing his letter. Where's that? Oh, there it is. when he's doing his little. At his desk. Ah, there we go. So, what story did you like best? Did you like Gustavo? Or did you like The Haunted Halloween? Or did you like Vlad, the fabulous vampire? Let me know what one you like the best in the comments. So yeah, thank you for watching and happy Halloween. Talking about Halloween, got a little friend here. Hello. Alright everyone, thank you for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.